Hey there, fight fans! Welcome to our channel, your ultimate destination for the most electrifying moments in combat sports. Today, we're diving headfirst into the heart-pounding world of lightning-fast knockouts. These jaw-dropping feats of speed, power, and precision by some of the greatest fighters ever will leave you speechless. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and get ready to witness the quickest finishes that have stunned audiences worldwide. Let's jump right into the action. Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks. The air crackled with electric anticipation on that balmy June evening in 1988, as the Atlantic City Convention Hall played host to one of the most highly anticipated heavyweight showdowns in boxing history. Fans were perched on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the arrival of the undisputed champion, the fearsome Mike Tyson, whose raw, unbridled power had captivated the world. Across the ring stood the formidable Michael Spinks, a seasoned challenger with an impressive record. But as the opening bell rang, it became clear that this was Tyson's night. The champion exploded into action, charging at Spinks with the ferocity of a hungry lion, unleashing a relentless barrage of thunderous punches that had the crowd roaring in awe. Each blow seemed to land with bone-crushing force, and then, in a flash, a devastating right uppercut found its mark, sending Spinks crashing to the canvas. The fight was over in a mere 91 seconds, cementing Tyson's status as a true legend of the sport and solidifying his dominance in the annals of boxing history. George Masvidal versus Ben Askren. The electric atmosphere of UFC 239 pulsed through the packed arena on that balmy July evening, as the crowd eagerly awaited the clash between two fierce competitors. The gritty, hard-hitting George Masvidal and the imposing Ben Askren. As the fighters emerged from their corners and the opening bell rang, no one could have predicted the electrifying display that was about to unfold. In a blink of an eye, Masvidal suddenly exploded into action, sprinting across the octagon with a wild, primal energy. Launching himself into the air, he delivered a perfectly timed flying knee strike that landed with a sickening thud on Askren's head, sending the challenger crumpling to the mat, unconscious. The fight was over in a mere 5 seconds, shattering the record for the fastest knockout in UFC history and sending the arena into a state of utter disbelief and unbridled admiration. Masvidal's spectacular finish etched his name into the annals of mixed martial arts, cementing his status as a true virtuoso of the sport. Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo. The air inside the arena crackled with anticipation on that fateful night of December 12, 2015, as UFC 194 unfolded. All eyes were fixated on the octagon, where two titans of the featherweight division were set to collide. The seemingly unbeatable Jose Aldo, undefeated for over a decade and widely regarded as one of the greatest champions in the sport, and the brash, charismatic Conor McGregor, brimming with confidence and a relentless desire to prove his supremacy. As the opening bell rang, McGregor wasted no time, darting and weaving with lightning-fast reflexes before unleashing a perfectly timed left hook that found its mark, sending the stunned Aldo crashing to the canvas. The fight was over in a mere 13 seconds, a blistering display of power and precision that left the crowd in a state of utter disbelief. In that fleeting moment, Conor McGregor had not only claimed the featherweight title, but he had etched his name in the annals of UFC history as one of the sport's most lethal and captivating strikers, a true virtuoso who had toppled a legendary champion and cemented his status as a true superstar of the octagon. Ronda Rousey versus Cat Zingano. The electric anticipation was palpable as the crowd filed into the arena on that fateful evening of February 28, 2015, for UFC 184. All eyes were trained on the octagon, where the former women's bantamweight champion, the formidable Ronda Rousey, was set to take on the fierce challenger Cat Zingano. As the opening bell rang, Zingano charged forward with unbridled intensity, intent on dethroning the champion. But Rousey, ever the skilled grappler, was not to be deterred. In a matter of mere seconds, she swiftly countered Zingano's assault, taking the challenger to the ground and securing a devastating armbar that brought the fight to a sudden and decisive end. The entire sequence had unfolded in a mere 14 seconds, leaving the crowd in a state of utter awe and disbelief at Rousey's sheer dominance and technical prowess. With that stunning performance, the former champion had once again solidified her status as one of the most dominant female fighters in the history of the UFC, a true virtuoso of the grappling arts whose name would be forever etched in the annals of the sport. Duane Ludwig versus Jonathan Goulet. The air inside the dimly lit arena crackled with palpable anticipation on that fateful night of January 16, 2006, as the UFC Fight Night 3 event unfolded before a captivated crowd. All eyes were trained on the octagon, where two fierce combatants, Duane Ludwig and Jonathan Goulet, were about to engage in a clash for the ages. As the opening bell rang, Ludwig wasted no time, exploding into action with a precisely timed right cross that immediately dropped Goulet to the canvas. The fight was over in a mere 6 seconds, a blistering display of power and timing that left the spectators in utter stunned silence. In that fleeting moment, Duane Ludwig had etched his name into the annals of MMA history, securing the record for the fastest knockout in UFC history, a benchmark that would stand as a testament to the razor-sharp reflexes and devastating striking prowess of this true virtuoso of the sport. The crowd's collective gasp of disbelief quickly gave way to thunderous applause as they bore witness to a moment of sheer brilliance that would forever be remembered as one of the most electrifying finishes in the storied history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Francis Ngannou versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. The electric atmosphere inside the arena was palpable on that fateful night of May 9, 2020, as the UFC 249 event unfolded before a captivated crowd. All eyes were transfixed on the octagon, where the towering, imposing figure of Francis Ngannou, known for his devastating knockout power, was set to face off against the formidable Jairzinho Rozenstruik. As the opening bell rang, Ngannou exploded into action, charging forward with the unstoppable force of a freight train. Unleashing a relentless barrage of thunderous punches, he overwhelmed Rozenstruik, landing a series of crushing blows that left the challenger lying unconscious against the cage. The fight was over in a mere 20 seconds, leaving the crowd in a state of utter awe and disbelief at the sheer power and ferocity of Ngannou's performance. With this victory, the Cameroonian powerhouse had not only solidified his status as one of the most feared heavyweights in the sport, but he had also etched his name in the annals of UFC history, cementing his place as a true master of the knockout art. Todd Duffy versus Tim Hague. The air inside the arena crackled with electricity on that fateful night of August 29, 2009, as the packed crowd at UFC 102 eagerly awaited the promotional debut of the towering Todd Duffy. As the opening bell rang, the hulking heavyweight wasted no time in showcasing his raw, unbridled power, unleashing a devastating right hand that immediately sent his opponent, the game but outmatched Tim Hague, crashing to the canvas in a lifeless heap. The fight was over in a mere 7 seconds, a stunning display of precision and brute force that left the spectators in a state of utter disbelief, their roars of approval echoing through the rafters as Duffy's arrival on the UFC stage was cemented with one of the fastest knockouts in the promotion's storied history, a testament to his status as a formidable new force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division. Ryan Jimmo versus Anthony Perosh. The air inside the cavernous arena crackled with palpable tension on that sultry July evening in 2012, as the packed crowd at UFC 149 eagerly awaited the opening bell. In the spotlight, the imposing figures of Ryan Jimmo and Anthony Perosh squared off, each man determined to seize the moment and etch his name in the annals of MMA history. The instant the referee signaled the start of the bout, Jimmo exploded into action, unleashing a thunderous right hand that immediately sent Perosh crashing to the canvas in a limp, lifeless heap. A follow-up strike only served to punctuate the brutality of the assault as the entire sequence unfolded in a mere 7 seconds, leaving the spectators in a state of stunned, reverent silence. Jimmo's lightning-fast knockout had not only carved out a place for him in the UFC's light heavyweight division, but it had also solidified his status as a true virtuoso of the striking arts, a performer whose name would forever be synonymous with the raw, electrifying power that had captivated the crowd on that unforgettable night. Chan Sung Jung versus Mark Hominick. The electric atmosphere inside the arena was palpable on that fateful night of December 10, 2011, as the crowd at UFC 140 eagerly awaited the action to unfold, all eyes were trained on the octagon, where the imposing figure of Chan Sung Jung, the famed Korean zombie, was set to square off against the game but outmatched Mark Hominick. The instant the opening bell rang, Jung exploded into action, unleashing a blistering right hand that sent Hominick crashing to the canvas in a heap. The fight was over in a mere 7 seconds, leaving the spectators in a state of stunned awe at the sheer speed and precision of Jung's striking prowess. This electrifying finish not only underscored the Korean's reputation as one of the most captivating and exciting fighters in the featherweight division, but it also cemented his place in the annals of UFC history as a true master of the combat arts, a performer whose name would forever be synonymous with the type of explosive, edge-of-your-seat action that captivated fight fans the world over. James Irvin versus Houston Alexander. The electric energy inside the arena was palpable on that fateful night of April 2, 2008, as the packed crowd at UFC Fight Night 13 eagerly awaited the clash between the hard-hitting duo of James Irvin and Houston Alexander. The instant the opening bell rang, Irvin exploded into action, unleashing a devastating Superman punch that immediately sent his opponent crashing to the canvas in a lifeless heap, a follow-up strike only serving to punctuate the brutal efficiency of the assault. The entire sequence had unfolded in a mere 8 seconds, leaving the spectators in a state of stunned, reverent silence as they bore witness to one of the fastest knockouts ever recorded in the storied history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Irvin's name was etched into the record books that night, his explosive power and unparalleled precision underscoring his status as a true master of the combat arts, a performer whose ability to end a fight in the blink of an eye had captivated the crowd and cemented his place among the legends of the sport. And that's a wrap, folks. We've taken an electrifying journey through the fastest knockouts in MMA history, showcasing the raw power and unparalleled skill of these virtuosos of the combat arts. If you enjoyed this adrenaline-fueled countdown, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more pulse-pounding updates. We love hearing your thoughts, so drop a comment and let us know your favorite moment. Stay tuned for more jaw-dropping action. The fight spirit lives on.